for this edition of the American Advertising Federation's Faculty Corner webinar series. We're going to go ahead and get started and just let people trickle in as they arrive, but just wanted to go over a couple things. First of all, my name is Phil Sewell. I'm the Head of Digital Communications here and New Media at the AAF. And also with me is Melissa Wong, and she is the head of our Education Services Department. I'm going to pass things over to her in just a moment so that she can introduce today's presenter, Peter Black. But first, just a few general items I'd like to go over. First and foremost, if you're having difficulty seeing or hearing the presentation, just go ahead and send a question to the staff, and I can help you out with that. Or you can shoot me an email at P, S as in Sam, EWALL, at aaf.org. If you're having an issue because you're on a Mac or for whatever reason, we can try and help you out with that. If for whatever reason these issues prevent you from watching or hearing today's webinar, it is being recorded and it will be made available either later today or early tomorrow on the AAF website at www.aaf.org /webinars, and I will be broadcasting that through the chat box later and throughout the webinar, actually, so you'll be able to cut and paste that somewhere if you want. Finally, I just wanted to go over the question and answer session. We'll be having this maybe for about 15 or 20 minutes once Peter's done with his presentation, and what you'll do is you'll want to use your question box, which is inside of your GoToWebinar control panel. You can enter your question and then choose send to staff, click send, and we'll be monitoring those, and Melissa will be reading those out loud to Peter after the presentation. So feel free to send those over to us at any point. You can send to us right away or you can wait. It's completely up to you. With that, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to pass it over to Melissa, and she can take it from there. Melissa?
Thanks, Phil. Again, my name is Melissa Wong. I'm the Manager of Education Services here at the American Advertising Federation, and I work directly with our college chapter members in delivering all the programs and services that we provide to our college students. So I have the privilege today of introducing our guest speaker, Peter Black. Peter Black is the Senior Vice President of Business Development for BPA Worldwide, as well as the key spokesperson for BuySafeMedia. BuySafeMedia is a program for the media industry with a focus on maximizing advertising investment. As a Senior Vice President, Peter oversees new business development, domestic and international sales and marketing, professional development programs, and sure, not least, communications activities. And then outside of BPA, he serves as the president of the board of directors for the Business Marketing Association, New York chapter. And then Peter is a graduate of the University of Dayton. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Peter.
Well, thank you, Melissa, and welcome everyone. And I'm just trying to get our slides to advance. There we go. Okay. Well, thank you all for joining today, and I'm glad we have a chance to go through the BuySafeMedia program and also answer questions about it. What I'm going to do today is take you through the origins of the program, explain some of the activities that we've been engaged with, talk about the objectives, and then, as is said earlier, we'll leave ample time for questions and answers. But just to give the 30-second elevator explanation, BuySafeMedia is really designed for advertising practitioners who are involved in evaluating media and then ultimately buying or making recommendations to buy media. It started off as a program designed for print, but now has expanded into many other media channels, and I'll get into that in more detail. And I've have the benefit of being the speaker today and representing BPA, because BPA was actually the initiator of the program, but as you'll see very shortly, this has become an industry-wide type of program, which is going well beyond our organization. Just to give you a little bit of background on BPA, we are an 80-year-old organization that was founded to provide auditing services for print, predominantly B2B magazines. It has evolved into consumer magazines as well as newspapers. Just to define auditing, what we do is we verify the distribution of print products, as well as any demographic profiles that identify the audiences that are receiving those types of products. Like the AAF, we are set up as a not-for-profit organization, and we refer to ourselves as being tripartite in nature, in that the three membership groups are advertisers, agencies, and media owners. And we are governed by a board of directors who represent each of those three classes of membership. But on the board, the majority of seats on our board are in with the sellers, the agencies, and the advertisers, not with the with the buyers, not the sellers, who are the media owners. We do business in about 30 countries, and annually we conduct close to 3,000 audits, and those audits today are much more than just print. It's website traffic, it's event attendance, and a whole host of other different media channels. I mentioned earlier that we were the initiator of the BuySafeMedia program, and let me just give a brief description as to how it came about. Around 2006, 2007, we were hearing from a lot of our customers, or print customers, that more and more of the advertising buying decisions were happening within the advertiser companies, not so much within ad agencies. Agencies were still being used largely for creative, but the media evaluation and the media buying was more and more coming from the advertiser, the client, and there was a concern on the part of the publishing community that the advertiser companies either were not familiar with audited circulation or didn't have a full appreciation for audited circulation. So in hearing that, we decided, well, let's see if this is really a condition of the marketplace. And so we engaged an outside firm and did a survey that very much indicated that advertisers were not familiar with where their ad spend was going, whether it was being placed into audited or verified media, or whether it was going into what's unaudited media. And then it did confirm, the survey did confirm, that there was not a great understanding of what audited data really meant and what value it could bring. So with that, we launched BuySafeMedia to create awareness of the value of audits, but also to create a series of resources that media buyers could rely on as far as getting information that would help them in their evaluation process and becoming better informed as to how they can make sounder decisions when investing their company's advertising budgets. So today, BuySafeMedia is an industry-wide program. We have 16 industry associations in the U.S. and Canada who are participants in the program, and we are looking to add more every day. And in fact, in an earlier conversation, it looks like the AAF will be joining and will become our 17th participant. We tested the program in 2007, and then it really officially launched in 2008. So it's relatively new, and we have a long way to go in order to get better adoption. The purpose, as you can see, was to call attention to the best practice of placing advertising in media that can verify its distribution and the demographics of an audience. And that helps advertisers make better informed media buys. These are the 16 current participants. It's a wide array of organizations, some that are very well known, others a little lesser known, but in the U.S., organizations like the 4As and the Association of National Advertisers have been very strong proponents of the program, and we certainly have enjoyed their support and welcome their continued support as we move ahead. We have two groups within BuySafeMedia. These are the supporters. These are the industry organizations that lend their name to the program and whenever possible advocate on behalf of it. The other group are what we call the partners, and these are really the media owners. And these are the companies that agree to have their media channels audited and really engage in that best practice so as to provide reliable audience data to the advertising buying community. And we've got hundreds of very well-known brands that are involved in this, from McGraw-Hill, Penton, Crane, Nielsen on the business-to-business side, and on the consumer side, the largest of media companies, Hearst, Condé Nast Time, Meredith, and there are many others, all who are committed to providing reliable and accurate audience data. Some of the tools that we've created as part of the program that are available as resources for any advertising practitioner who has the responsibility for evaluating media or buying media include video. We have Collateral. I'm going to show you examples of these. A website with blog for conversations on issues of importance that affect the industry and a lot of interaction. And then a program wouldn't be complete without social media these days. And then we have a training program as well that we've rolled out in the past 18 months. The video. This was really the first creative piece that came out of the program. It's a 90-second story that really gets to the heart of the dangers that are involved when making a media evaluation without reliable or thorough information. Now, the URL that you see on your screen will take you directly to the video. I don't expect you to memorize that or write it down. These slides will be available for you at the end of this session, and so you'll have it to refer to then. Also, the video is on YouTube, and you can find it simply by entering in BuySafeMedia, and it will take you to that. So it's a 90-second video. It's an animation, and there's music, but there's no speaking. But it drives home the message very well without the animated characters actually talking. For Collateral, we've created a series of ads that can be used either on websites, can be used in print products. The creative can be used in order to develop direct mail pieces and things of that nature. And all of this is available through the BuySafeMedia website for downloading. On the BuySafeMedia website, there is a rather extensive blog that addresses industry issues and provides a fair amount of exchange between members who are voicing opinions on various topics. And it has been a sort of a a great way to get conversations going, to hear various viewpoints, and also to create engagement in the program. The blog has been very successful over the past couple of years, and we expect that to continue, as well as more and more issues develop in our industry, and I think in particular the issue of privacy, especially with respect to behavioral targeting with online. I think that's going to be something that we see a lot of engagement on through the blog. Social media. We've just started dabbling with this. We have really 4 channels that we're using. The activity there is modest so far, but this is sort of where we're taking the program at this stage. Because the program was largely funded by BPA, and we do have somewhat limited resources, the ability to communicate through the social media channels has become increasingly important for us because there isn't a direct expense associated with that. Yes, there is time investment, which we feel is very worthwhile, but there is no great financial investment in order to communicate through these channels. So this is direction that we're taking these days. And then for training, on the site you see a screenshot there of the BuySafeMedia site. We've had close to 300 downloads of the training program. It is openly available to anyone who wants to make use of it, and we found that it is being used not only by advertisers, those within the client companies who have the media evaluation responsibility, but we're also finding that there are media training programs out there who have taken advantage of different elements of BuySafeMedia and incorporated it into their programs as well. So I think that has been a very nice testimonial for us as to the value of the program and the importance of the information that it conveys. So the overall objectives are to create a series of best practices for media evaluation, and we collaborate with the supporter organizations who are involved with BuySafeMedia in order to get their input on this and their recommendations for what those best practices should be. It is also, BuySafeMedia is also a resource for information through the website and counsel, perhaps not only through the website, but through the blog and through the social media channel, where individuals who have certain questions or need further information can engage in exchanges with their peers in order to get that information, compare notes, and really help to expand their experience with those who may be in a similar position as they are. And then that sort of ties into the opportunity for shared experiences, particularly for those who are coming into our business and are starting to make a career of it. In a lot of companies, training programs have been cut because of economic conditions, and it's difficult to find places to go in order to gain information and to exchange information and questions with peers. And BuySafeMedia intends to be a resource in order to do that. So, with that description of the program and some of its activities, I'm going to ask Melissa if there are any questions that have come through, and I can address those directly.
Okay, let's see. Bill, is there one of the audience members asked, is there a cost for using BuySafeMedia collateral and other materials?
There is not. All of the BuySafeMedia information, materials, collateral, the ads, what have you, and even the the turnkey training program is available without charge. So one can get access to all that through the website, which is simply BuySafeMedia.com.
Okay, great. And folks, please feel free to go ahead and send in your questions if you have any. Here's another one. What are the future plans for BuySafeMedia?
Well, the immediate future is to take advantage of the social media channels to really get the message out, but to also continue the conversation amongst the peer group who participate in this. So we have to really start to promote the fact that we do have a LinkedIn group, we do have a Facebook profile, and make those who are involved in media aware that this exists and is another group that they may benefit from participating in. So that's the immediate future. Beyond that, there are opportunities to expand this into other regions of the world. There are variations of BuySafeMedia in the UK, the Middle East, and then also in China. In those areas, the program's a little bit different in that it's directly tied to BTA, and we have not gone about recruiting the local industry associations. So we will do that at a point in time. And most recently, we've gotten an inquiry from some of the media organizations in Australia who have seen the program and they like the message, and they think it has great value, and have asked if they can participate and to bring either the entire program or parts of it to the Australian market. So when we hear things like that, we're very encouraged that the message is getting out there, but more importantly, that people are finding value in that message.
Another question came up. What is the best way to incorporate these practices or these best practices that you were talking about into the classroom curriculum?
Well, I think it would be making the students aware that these resources exist, and that if you're in a position where you're entrusted with basically the company's investment in advertising, that you want to make sure that you maximize your purchase as best possible, but also have confidence that you're getting what you pay for. And by relying on verified or audited media, you're able to do that. So I think it's a matter of, as an advertising practitioner, you have a whole host of responsibilities. Media buying might just be one of those, but it can be extremely important just because of the dollars that are involved. So I think from the way to bring it into the classroom would be to make the students aware that this resource exists, and then also to convey the importance of using these types of resources in order to maximize the advertising investment.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Peter. It looks like that was the end of our questions. Does anyone else want to ask a question? Okay, Phil, I think Phil, if I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Melissa. And thanks a lot, Peter. We really appreciate you coming on here and doing this with us.
You're welcome.
And what I guess I'll go ahead and do is just let everybody know again that the webinar will be available probably tomorrow at www.aaf.org/webinars, and you'll click on the Faculty Corner logo, and you'll find past webinars that we've held available there as well. Let's see from there. I guess if you have any questions, Peter has his email address up there, and you could probably go ahead and send one to him. And If that's it, then we'll go ahead and close this webinar out. And again, Peter, thank you. Melissa, thank you. And thank you to everybody who joined.